Dave of 9000. So originally, years and years and years ago, right before Ugly Dolls episode 1, I was going to do a tutorial video on how I made my plushies in general. And I made Pugly, but unfortunately the footage got corrupted and didn't record well. So she was just featured in the episode and I never made a tutorial ever again. Fast forward 4 years later, here we are today. So I decided, you know what? Let's do this. Let's bring back a tutorial. And let's do it for one of the FNAF plushies this time, because that's probably the ones you want to see the most. If you know you guys like this so much, I'll even show you how to make some of the more complex characters, like, you know, these Slaughter Street puppets are like Marks over there. But for now, like, these are going to be more the 2D ones. And then might go into like a bit more complex, like with those guys. Or Nightmares or something like that. But enough about that. What we're going to be doing today is Chocolate Bonnie. I was originally also going to make normal Bonnie as well. But I decided, you know what, I'm just going to make him after this video. Along with, you know, like normal Freddy and all the other stuff. Remember, check out the last video of this specific plush you wanted me to make. In the Freddy Frostbear video. They put down in the comments in here, there's a specific FNAF plushie, or pretty much any plushie you want me to make. So obviously I do more than FNAF. So, yeah, this specific FNAF one now. Yeah, put it down in the comments. Well, I guess I'll try and do this. I have no idea really how to get the camera to work. But, well, here we go. So first off then, let's start with, well, the materials you're gonna need. You're gonna need some brown felt. Got a huge chunk of it. I would say they probably about half of a piece. And 2 layers, obviously. And I just have a little bit extra here for Bonnie's ears, which I think are gonna have to be attached separately. Then we're gonna need some of the stuff for the accents, like light blue for the bow tie, hot pink for the nose, orange, purple, and red, all for his little gumdrop looking buttons. Then we're gonna need some orange for his eyes, as well as some white. We're gonna need some gray for his endoskeleton, which I'll get to later on. And you're gonna need 2 different markers. You're gonna need a brown and a black. You need an index card, some glue. You can use any glue, fabric glue to be better. I just use acrylic glue, which is kind of weird, but whatever. Scissors. And stuffing. I don't know how much stuffing you really need here. I have a bunch. Obviously, I'm probably not going to use that much. So these guys aren't stuffed too much. But I'm going to get better at that. And here I'm just going to use Share My Freddy as a bit of a model. So, well then, let's get started. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to pretty much just draw all of Bonnie's details. But don't like draw in his chunks that are like taken out of his body. We'll get to that later. Just try and focus on drawing all the rest of his details. going to have your basic Bonnie outline. Now I'm pretty much just gonna do the ears on the separate little sheet thing. So then you have pretty much Bonnie and his ears done. So I didn't draw on the nose or the teeth. I did do the mouth. And I did do like all the rest of his body. So then the next step obviously is to cut it out. Alright, so we have Bonnie and his ears cut out. So then what we're going to do is we are going to attach... Oh, there's one more thing I forgot to add that you need. Pardon me on that. You're going to need a small thinnish piece of cardboard that'll go around, that'll go on the inside of like the head. This is kind of like the neck or the support of the head, so it doesn't just flop around. Obviously that will probably be glued in next. That's just gonna go like right here. You're just gonna get your glue and you're going to put a bit here. You're gonna put your neck piece in here. Obviously that's going to dry. And while that's drying, we can then work on some of the smaller details on the face first. So let's start off with Bonnie's nose. Bonnie obviously has the smallest nose, so we're going to take that little pink piece of paper, what am I saying, guys? Piece of felt. Kind of make a little round nose, kind of like this. Obviously, if you guys need to trim it, you can trim it. I think mine is slightly big, so I'm going to slightly cut it. Just a tad. See here. Yep, that looks good. And then obviously then you're going to glue that too. face. So it's going to look like that. And then after that we have the buttons that Bonnie has, which come in the colors of orange, red, and purple. Those are all going to go here. So obviously you're just going to need to make 3 small circles that are going to go on his chest. Me, I'm going to try and cut it equally. I mean, like all at once. You don't have to do that at all. It's easier to do it. Just saves a little bit of time. Voila, you have a red button, an orange button, purple button. And once you have them, obviously you're going to try and space them out to go along with right underneath where the button should be. And the button. The bow tie should be. There you go, there's Bonnie's buttons. And then next, we're gonna work on that bow tie. So Bonnie's bow tie is just, your average FNAF 1 bow, but in blue. So we're gonna make it kind of a smallish little circle here. And then we're gonna make the sides not too big. Make them as symmetrical as possible. This one you only need obviously 1 layer of felt for that. There you go. So then you're going to cut it out and then glue it right here. Alright. Now with these plushies, I don't stuff the limbs like some other ones, like the bigger guys. Like Dreadbear over there, yeah I do. But like Shamrock Freddy, no, I didn't. So, obviously what we're gonna do then is you're going to glue the limbs together, kind of like gluing the top and the bottoms of the limbs. The next step we're gonna do is we're gonna try and do the mouth next up. So you're gonna take your black marker first and color in this whole area black. So it looks like a darker brown. Kind of like that. And this is where your index card comes in for the teeth. Now, Bonnie's got some weird teeth. I'm gonna do Freddy's, which is like, you know, they're like rectangular and all that. Bonnie is gonna be a little bit complicated for what we do. So he has, as you can see here, Bonnie's always had like these round teeth. Kind of go a bit back in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and replicate that, but we're also gonna leave like some white spaces. We'll see what I mean here. So I'm gonna try and measure-ish where the mouth is, like where the exits are, as in like the tops. So we're going to make, he has what looks like 5 in the front. They don't have to be perfect. And then he's got a few in the back. So we have this, and then we're just gonna color this a little bit in black, just so it makes it easier for us to cut it out and put it on Bonnie. And if you see somehow that yours is like, you need to redo it because it's not big enough, it's okay, you need to do that. Now Bonnie doesn't go like all the way to the sides, unlike Freddy for some reason. So, forgot, since this is chocolate Bonnie, he has brown teeth, so that's when you're gonna take your brown marker and then color these teeth brown. And then you're going to cut the teeth out. Oh shoot. Well, don't worry if that happens actually. Because then you're going to need to glue the sides on. So what you're going to do is you're obviously going to try and measure first. That's going to go. Obviously you're going to need to color in a little bit more black if you do what I did. I think right about there should be good. And then obviously then if you need to, then just color in the extra bits black. And obviously give a lot of the stuff time to dry, so it ends up staying pretty nice. So then while this stuff is drying, we're gonna move on to the ears. So your ears are pretty much almost done. All you have to do is take one of your ears, kind of chop it up a little bit in order to make it look like it's been bitten out of. Kind of go with one at the top of the ear and then a little bit of a little bite down here on this segment. And you get something like this. So then what you're gonna do with these ears is you're gonna get back to on your index card. Try and fold it in half. And you're gonna try and cut a little bit out. Like a kind of thin-ish piece. two of those longish pieces, then you're going to fold them in half like this. Doesn't matter which way it's shown. And then obviously you're going to try and glue these shut. And then you're going to stick them in the ear just enough. This little bit is poking out there. So you get these. Now put these on the side while we start to now work on the stuff. Bonnie has more bite marks. So he's got one that's kind of like in this area here, big chunk there, and a bite in the leg. For the leg, it's simple. All you gotta do is, from what it looks like, it goes up a little bit. And then down to the knee. So that's Bonnie's bite in the leg. Simple as that. Now for the chest area though. He has a big gash right around this area. So what we're gonna do here is, while I'm looking at the photo over here. So it looks like, so I'm gonna fit into him. Here, just smooth up some of the things to make it look like more like bite marks. Okay, and this is where our gray will come in. This is what's going to be used for the endoskeleton. Now in the actual model, for some reason, let me show you guys over here. It's a little hard to see, having really side view. But there is the endo part right here. An extra endoskeleton torso at the top down there. And the weird part about it is there's also that same torso in there twice. It's kind of like they're intersecting. Obviously we're not going to do that. But we're still going to get the one in there. What we're going to try and do here is get, pretty much going to draw, I think we can just do a double layer of gray. So fold the gray in half. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit, you're going to take your marker, you're going to go about to like here maybe. And then draw an endo on here. And he's got all these parts. As to why they did this, I don't know what I was thinking. It's really cool though. There's literally no other animatronic like that. I'm kind of surprised that like Mangle isn't even like that. But she isn't. Not gonna need to do too much. Kind of just like that. You might even need even less, to be honest. So then what you're gonna do once you have that done is you're gonna cut it out. So it's like this, then you're gonna glue the two parts together. Then you're going to open up the Bonnie. Kind of stick his endo in there. Glue it. This also brings up an issue. Oh, sorry for the camera fellas. The stuffing. Obviously, Bonnie has a huge hole in his side. What are you gonna do? Well, we still do. Stuff him. So we stick it out. So it's kind of like this. Trim it a little. There you go. Bonnie's got the little endo piece. Inside his mouth. I mean, inside of his mouth. I don't think I like that. Inside his stomach. And then we're going to do the stuffing. Now this is probably going to be very strange because, okay, Bonnie has a huge hole in his side. What are you going to do? Well, we're going to have to work around it. Sort of. So obviously I think his lower half, you're going to need to, on this side here that isn't exposed, let's just glue that whole thing shut. So it's kind of closed here. So then you can stick a little bit of your stuffing down here underneath of the endoskeleton. Kind of like maybe something smallish, like this. And then you're just gonna glue this side so it's shut. So then what you're going to do is going to want to glue this a bit more. So it's going to be kind of flat in the middle, but that's okay. Here to go to the top of the head and go into here. What you're going to do is then you're going to stuff in there. Kind of like that. And then we're gonna work on our next part, which are the eyes. This is gonna be a bit of a weird process. So obviously this is where our white felt comes in. So then we're gonna do that. So for the eyes, obviously what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to cut out the eye holes that you have made for Bonnie. Only on the front side. Don't do anything with the back side of the head. So once you have the eye holes cut out, this is where you're going to come back to your white felt. We're going to try and put those in the eye holes, kind of cut out stuff. And obviously you're going to try and the back, I'm trying to measure where it kind of cuts off, like about here. So then I'm going to slightly peel that back and cut that off. So we're trying to fit this rectangle to the eyes. And we're also going to want to do is we're going to slightly trim sides and slightly underneath. And you keep doing it till you get it adjusted. I think this is good, what we're trying to do. This looks like a good thing. Now the next step you could do either of two ways. You can either use one, obviously you can use black marker for the eyelids, or you could use black felt. It's an optional thing, that's what I entered originally. So what you're gonna do then is you're going to try and match this up. Got a little indication of where you want the eyelids. Kind of like that. And then you pretty much then try and make eyelids, or you draw them on. Obviously no one's going to see the top of the eyelids, so it doesn't matter. You need to redo them. Go ahead. They always need to be flat on the bottom is the main point. It doesn't have to be round on the top or anything, because you're not going to see that. So I think they're good, so I'm going to glue these in place. Check again. See, hey, those look good. So then you're going to glue this little centerpiece that goes in between the eyes, obviously. I can glue that to the front. Like this. After doing any excess bits, you want to, kind of glue those on just so the eyes don't like pop out the corners. Then go ahead. So then what you're going to do is you're going to try and glue the sides of the ears. I mean, the sides of the head up. If you need to remove some of the stuffing first in order to do so, then do that. And then you can just restuff it in after you've let it dry. while you're waiting for that to dry, however, you can do some of the marker on designs, which would be like the indent around the buttons. Kind of show that they're like in there. And then Bonnie also has a lot of cracks on his stomach. Gonna go around kind of like this. And then he also has some on his face, which are a little more tricky to find. So it kind of looks like he's got like little bits of texture on his body in different places. Although for the most part, Bonnie's body is smooth besides this gash on his arm over here, his stomach, and chunks on his face. I also did a little bit of the ears. And speaking of the ears, what you're gonna do after you stuff the head. But you're going to try and open up the head. Just a bit, kind of wiggle your finger in there or something. Try and get in here, this area right down here, and restuff Bonnie. Almost to the top of the head, then we're going to attach the ears. Make sure that the ear that's like chipped and broken will go onto Bonnie's left. So then we're going to attach glue to the index cards and place them approximately where they would be placed in Bonnie's head. And then you glue the top of the index cards and the head shut. And then we do this part last. The rest of the eyes, so it doesn't look like cross-eyed, like what happened to Shamrock Freddy. Stare at him really closely, he looks very cross-eyed. But unlike that, what I did with Frostbear, you can see he's staring at it. So this is where we're finally going to take that darker orange, and we're going to try and fold it. And get two small-ish circles. So then once you have these, you're going to glue them. If you think they're too big, then cut them down, like these are too big. But once you get the right size, then you're going to glue them down. And very lastly, what you're gonna do, you take your black marker and draw in the pupils. The very last thing you need to do for this plush is kind of like what we did with Shamrock Freddy. See where all of his lines are and the intersects and all that. Kind of draw those and even like the back of the jaw of the line of the head in on the back. Kind of like this. And once you're done with that, you have your finished and completed chocolate Bonnie. I think mine turned out pretty okay. It looks slightly sad, but it's okay. You can even give them your own expressions. This kind of looks like from the side. So nice, bend the ears a little bit. Looks like that. Overall, I think he turned out pretty well. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Now we have gotten different holiday themes for different characters. Obviously we got like Dreadbear, like a Halloween Freddy, we got a Shamrock Freddy, Christmas themed Freddy, a Halloween themed Fluffy, an Easter themed Bonnie. Who knows, maybe finally the next character gets like a 60 theme is Chica. Who knows, I don't know what the next holiday they could do is. I think from where we are with the holidays, I think, I don't know, maybe a 4th of July Chica. Who knows? Or white and blue Chica, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe some stripes and stuff and stars on it. Or maybe I can try and do that design. Put in the comments if you guys want to see that. If you don't even do it, I can try and make one. See how that works. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed your very own chocolate Bonnie. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If there's any way you guys want me to make it a tutorial, like obviously for Ugga dolls or anything else, or if you do want me to make it for these more complicated plushies, like them over there, let me know in the comments. Well, gotta go. Day Drinko. Peace out, everyone, and early happy Easter.